I grew up in Trinity Gardens. It was a high drug, high crime area, a lot of prostitution, a lot of death and stuff. I witnessed my first murder probably at 7. It was so constant till you kind of got used to it. My mother worked 2 jobs all my life. My father was a father whenever he felt like being one. Yeah, my father stays 15 minutes from me, but I haven't heard from him in 10 years. My mom had a stroke and she couldn't work. She was going through different things. Lights got cut off a couple of times and she was really having a hard time. If you looked over our fence in the backyard, right on the side of it was a pimp. He always drove brand new cars, nice cars and everything. But that's kind of how I modeled the thing with the pimps and the prostitute, that lifestyle. And then as I got older, probably in my 20s, that's when the pimp and prostitution thing came out, because you already had it informed in your mind. So there was always money coming in. I gave away more than I ever kept, and that was to pacify what I was doing, because I was taught better, I knew better, but you get caught up. And so it was going good until my oldest son, one day I cooked him and my baby boy breakfast. And so he asked me, "Daddy, what do you do for a living?" And I was ashamed because I couldn't tell him this is what I do. I couldn't even form the words to tell him. So I ran to the room and called my dad. And he told me something that literally said, if you gotta lie about it, you're doing something wrong. I had also kind of dibbing and dabbing in church, so I heard about generational curses. And I thought about my grandfather. My grandfather was a thief. People would say that my father was a loan shark. He'd would loan you money and then beat you up if you didn't pay it back kind of thing. He didn't do stuff in front of me because he wasn't around like that. So that's when the seed was planted. I said, okay, I need to start doing something a little bit different for my children. I said, well, I think I need to go to church and figure this one out. I was working at Johnson Supply part-time, and that's when I met Chris Parr. He had just got out of jail. We really became friends, So I said, Chris, what would you like to do, man? He say, if I tell you, I hope you don't laugh. I say, hit me. I want to go to Lakewood. I said, let's roll. Let's roll. He said, are you serious? And that's how he ended up at Lakewood, at the old campus. Every night after that, man, every time the doors open, he was there. So things started changing for me. I went and got a job as a bouncer. My business started growing and everything. And he called me one day. He said, Oscar, have you been going to church? I said, man, I don't have the time to go to church. He said, I'm gonna pick you up and take you to Lakewood with me. And this is a guy named John Gray. I want you to hear him. He's kind of funny. Y'all look alike. I say, okay, cool, I go. And he took me to Lakewood, man, and I had never left after that. Everything that he did, I wanted to do. He told me about this thing called Maximize Manhood. He told me about the encounter. And I told him, I said, Chris, I don't have extra money for the encounter. He paid my way. So when he paid my way for the encounter, and I just kept coming, went to the next encounter, went to the next encounter, went to the next time, then I became a facilitator. I started going to church more and started seeking the word more. I did, going back to the basics and stuff, and that's what happened. It didn't happen overnight, though. And I was trying to ease my way up out of it. And I said, okay, God, I need a plan of action. And 3 different people in one day told me the same thing, and they didn't know each other. Because I would talk to everybody about ideas, about opening up a t-shirt company. And so when I started the t-shirt company, I was still learning about different things, and before you know it, job after job, and it started growing. So we opened up a little school, and we started teaching people how to screen print. So that's where today the 65 people came from, teach them how to open up their own business. The generational curse, number 1, was broken with the relationship between me and my sons. So I want them to be good husbands. I want them to really love their children. I want them to see how much I love them. I really changed for them. I'm at peace. Yeah, I'm at peace. It's priceless.